Hey, what's up guys? Coming to you with the TIE Punisher expansion pack from X-Wing Wave 7. The first thing you'll notice about this box is that it's heavy and much bigger than the normal blister packs. This thing is huge. It may look like a bomber, but it's so much bigger than a bomber. Here's the back. Not a complete game. Alright, we're going to open this thing up. We're going to take a look at the miniature first, and then see what all comes with it. I gotta tell you guys, this is, I was not really that thrilled about this thing until I got it in my hands and could really take a look at it, and I gotta say it's I just wanted to get it. Oh wow, I feel like this is a whole different scale, kind of like how when Micro Machines comes up with those die cast ones that are way bigger than the ones we have in X-Wing. It's just huge. Look at the peg. I mean, that's the little peg hole right there. It's enormous. It takes up, you know, it's almost as big as my whole hand, but other than that, the details is pretty standard. Alright, I'm going to set it down there. It looks good. Like all FFG miniatures, it looks beautiful. Alright. Let us now take a look at the cardboard, see what comes with this thing. Alright, so first things first, we've got some new types of mines. I forget what they're called on each one of them, but here we go. Cluster. Alright, so the ion bomb. It's working right there. That's the ion bomb. And these are our cluster mines. Now, these are separate, but they are made to fit into each other, right? And there it is. And I'm gonna read this to you in a second. All right, and then we've got our dial. Now this is the dial for the TIE Punisher. Like the TIE Bomber, this is one of the, I think, only the second Imperial fighter to have a 1 forward. So that's really cool. I mean, I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think the TIE Bomber is the only other Imperial fighter, small fighter, to have a 1 forward. So it's really nice. It's got all of its 2s, it's got all of its 3s, and it's got a 4K turn. So it's actually a pretty good dial. It doesn't have the hard 1, but it's got almost everything else. It doesn't have a 5K turn or a 4. That's actually, so it can't go 4 forward. It can only go 3 forward as fast as it can go straight. But I like this dial. I like the fact that you have a 1 forward. 1 forward is one of my favorite, favorite abilities. And it's got the 2 turn is red, so its first hard turn is red. But I believe that there's a modification to be able to fix that. So we'll see. All right. Now let's take a look at some of these cards that are coming with this thing. We've got a lot of them. Look at all these. All right. So we've got our boost support card, we've got our ion token support card, we've got our standard using bombs support card, we have the bomb tokens. This is a reference for the bomb tokens that come. These, the ion bomb and cluster mines are bomb tokens. Bomb tokens detonate as described in their corresponding upgrade cards. The ion bomb, when this bomb detonates, each ship at range 1 of the token receives 2 ion tokens, then discard it. Nice, so that can even slow down a large ship. And then the cluster mine. When one of these bomb tokens detonates, the ship that moved through or overlapped that token rolls 2 dice and suffers all damage rolled. That's really nice. So it's like the proximity, but not. It's 2/3 as powerful as the proximity, but there's 3 of them. So that's potentially way more damage than the proximity. All right, so here's the cluster mine card. So basically it looks like when you drop the ion bomb, it's just going to go off, just like a normal bomb. But the mines are going to stay there, just like the proximity mines. Alright, so we use the 1 maneuver, we set that 1, and then we put the other 2 in there. So it's giving you a picture. Take the 1 maneuver, place the central cluster mine into the play area, and place 1 additional cluster mine in each of the recessed areas of the central cluster mine area. Okay, so that works. I imagine if you get several of these, you could be really funny and set another central in here and then make it like a big H and make a lattice out of it. I bet you that would be kind of funny. I don't know. But of course that would be illegal. That's not how, you set it like that. But that's pretty nice. There's so many. So you're really going to want to buy multiples of these to get all the extra bomb tokens. Oh man, these are crazy. All right, I really like this guy so far. Let's take a look at the ship card. We're going to do this backwards. All right, ship cards. Now, taking a look at the TIE Punisher, this base model, this is the cheapest one, ranks in at Pilot Skill 2, 21 points, so it's a lot more expensive than the Bomber. but it's got 2 attack, only 1 evade, so a little weaker there, but we still have the 6 hull as the bomber, but we get 3 extra shields. So for 5 more points, we're getting 3 shields, but losing 1 evade die. We also get the boost action, which is very, very nice, especially with you when you're using bombs. If you really want to get out of there, that's great. Now, as far as upgrades, we got 2 bomb slots, 2 missiles, 2 torpedoes, and a sensor. It's like this is the most full I've ever seen anything, and I don't think any of these guys have room for an elite pilot. So no, as you can see, a little spoiler of things to come. Nobody has an EPT. They all have the exact same stuff. So that's Cutlass. Black 8 Squadron Pilot. That doesn't sound like there's a such thing as a Black 8 Squadron. With Black 8, what sounds like a certain... Oh, okay, never mind. It says it right there. Darth Vader's handpicked Black 8 Squadron. All right. So he's 23 points. 2 points more for 2 more pilot skill, and that's the only thing extra he gains. Death Train. I'm sorry, Death Rain. Although Death Train sounds really cool also. All right, Death Rain is pilot skill 6. He costs 26. When dropping a bomb, you may use the front guides of your ship. After dropping a bomb, you may perform a free barrel roll action. Now, they don't have barrel roll, so that's a great way for them to gain an action that they don't even have. That's actually really cool. So there's a lot of bomb possibility there. And then Red Line, which has an X-Wing. It almost looks like it's an X-Wing pilot ship if you look at it really quickly. He is 27 points, pilot skill 7. You may maintain 2 target locks on the same ship. When you acquire a target lock, you may acquire a second target lock on that same ship. So similar to some other cards we've seen before, but this lets you get 2 target locks on the same ship. That's never been legal before. So that's very interesting. And it's a great way for you to fire ordnance and be able to spend 1 target lock to gain a target lock on the ship, and then be able to spend it to fire the missile, and then spend the second target lock to re-roll dice that come with the missile. So he's going to be a great missile and torpedo platform, and they certainly have the upgrades available to do it. You put them with a little bit of support. Woo, man, that's awesome. Somebody hand out focus tokens would be really good for him. All right, so here's our upgrades that come with the TIE Punisher expansion. We've got enhanced scopes. We have seen this before. Enhanced scopes, 1 point, sensor upgrade. Extra munitions. This is like the single most awesome card out of the entire wave, right? It's limited, so it means only once per ship, but it's a torpedo slot, costs 2 points. When you equip this card, place 1 ordnance token on each equipped torpedo, missile, and bomb upgrade card. When you're instructed to discard an upgrade card, you may discard an ordnance token on that card instead. That must be what these little tokens are. Sometimes I don't even pay attention to some of the new cardboard because they're usually scenario based. But those tokens are going to be important. So extra munitions basically can let an X-wing, well, not an X-wing, but it can let a Y-wing potentially even carry 2 bombs. You only get 1 of these with this expansion. Flechette torpedoes, we've seen that before. Plasma torpedoes is new. Attack with a target lock. 4 dice at ranges 2 to 3. Spend your target lock and discard this card to perform this attack. So it requires you to spend the target lock. If this attack hits after dealing damage, remove 1 shield token from the defender. So it costs 3 points. It's a normal 4 damage attack, but if they have any shields left, it's going to do 1 more damage to them. So you can potentially do 5 damage this way. This is a great opening. This is a great first shot weapon. This is really good for taking down things like the Falcon or any ship that has a lot of shields. B-Wings. This is a B-Wing Bane right here, right? Okay. Advanced Homing Missile. I really, really, really like this one. And I plan to use a whole lot of these. How many do we get? Only 1? Oh, I'm going to have to buy more of these guys. Okay. The Advanced Homing Missile, it costs 3. And attack target lock, it's only range 2, but that's not too hard. That's actually going to be interesting. I've never seen something that's only range 2 before. Attack and discard this card to perform this attack, so you have to spend the target lock. If this attack hits Deal 1 face-up damage card to the defender. Then cancel all dice results. So that's there's a Rebel Z95 pilot who his attacks always hit. So this is a really, really great option for him, Lieutenant Blount. But yeah, so the basic, and there's so many ships now that have 2 hull. This is, and if you get you can get a critical hit this way. It's just face-up damage. You know, bypasses shields. This is so good. It's my favorite card in the game. Boom. I'm exaggerating a lot today, but I really, really like that card. And I hope we get some more. I haven't opened up the K-Wing yet. I hope there's some more in there. All right, cluster mines. Action. Drop this card to drop 1 cluster mine. We've already looked over the cluster mines. We've got 1 of them, and we've got 1 ion bomb token. Cluster mines cost 4, which is appropriate because they're a little bit more. They're more powerful than the proximity mine, but narrower. And then the ion bomb only costs 2, so that's nice. It doesn't do damage though. Now we've got 2 of these twin ion engine Mark IIs. Now this is a tie only modification. It says you may treat all bank maneuvers as green maneuvers. Now this is huge for some ships, not as huge for other ships. Now you can use it on the Defender itself. I'm sorry, on the Punisher itself, and it will. You have 4 white bank maneuvers that are going to end up being made green. So that's cool. But what this really, really shines is your TIE Defender, which is, almost all of its all of its banks are not green, and it really, really has a hard time with green maneuvers because it has to go straight to clear stress. So it has a hard time turning. This allows that ship to be more effective without making it broken. And so it says TIE only. Now there's no ship in the game called TIE, but this applies to any ship that starts with TIE, like TIE Punisher. So that's basically how when something says TIE only, that's what it means. It means any kind of TIE, whether it's a TIE Fighter, a TIE Phantom, a TIE Punisher, or tie down your friends and tickle their bellies. So that is the TIE Punisher expansion. I'm going to set this thing up next to some other ships for scale so you can see what it looks like. Alright, so here I've got my TIE Advanced and the Curax fighter, the Houndstooth over there. But next to the TIE Advanced, I just want to show you how big. Look at that. And the TIE Advanced is about the same size as the TIE Bomber, very similar. But yeah, this thing it dwarfs any other small ship that it's near. So I mean, it's almost it probably almost needed to be on a large base. So that's the TIE Punisher, folks. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Appreciate it. Bye.